Hey everybody, back in Tennessee, Ken folk. Just want to get on here and give y'all an update on this visa extension. I went yesterday. I was going to actually try to film it, but my filmer ended up they changed her day off. So figured I'd come out here and get a little sunshine this morning. And tell you guys about this visa extension here. Um, they went up on, and you got to watch them, man, because 4 months ago, I was charged 2,970 pesos, okay, for a 2 month extension. And then they passed something because it's constantly changing out here, so it's adapt and survive. Um, but they changed something. Well, anyway, in June when I went, it was they charged me 4,250 or 280 pesos. Okay, just for 2 months. First, they told me it was 6 months. The guy come outside and said, "Oh, it's 6 months. It's 6 months." But then the foreigner that was sitting right next to me, they only charged him like 200, like the 229 something, you know. And I thought, man, why, you know? But anyway, it was just for 2 months. So I brought it to their attention. I said, "Hey, look, man, this was 2 months ago." He said, "Oh, well, we've increased." So basically, the monthly extension fee is 1,000 pesos. Okay, and then the documentary stamp tax, 30 pesos. Monthly extension application fee, 300 pesos. Certificate certificate fee, 500 pesos. Legal research fee, 40. Total of 1,870 pesos. Then on this other one, so on this other one, if I get it here, I'm trying to hold one camera and do this too. So, express lane fee is 1,000 pesos. Now they got an express lane fee certification, another 1,000 pesos. So 2,000 pesos. So, the total was 3,870 pesos. You know, they're going to get you. You know what I mean? Especially when you're on tourist visa. Uh, the best visa I heard here in the Philippines for foreigners is the retirement visa. Like you give the government like I think it's like 10K, 10,000 USD, and they like put it up, um, or put it in a bank account. And then if you ever decide to leave and go back to the States or go back to wherever you're from, I heard it takes about 6 months, but then they will return your money. So um, I haven't on the vlogs that I watch. I haven't heard of anybody having any difficult times with that right there. So it's that would be if you plan on staying long term. They say it's even better than a marriage visa, like K2, I think. They say it's even better than that because if something was to happen, God forbid that it doesn't, but something was to happen, you still have your retirement visa and you could still stay in the Philippines without, um, marriage or whatever. But and then I heard they did pass the divorce here, but it is super super expensive. I mean super expensive. So you know, and that just passed here recently. So, uh, but yeah, I was gonna film the whole deal. Me riding the yellow bus, which does take a little bit longer. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not bad, man. It's air conditioned. It's like riding Greyhound back in the States. So if you've ever rode Greyhound, yellow bus is identical. So it's nice. I sit beside a neighbor lady that actually lives. We live in the same subdivision over here, and they're very curious people. So they'll ask you a lot of questions. Especially on a 2 hour bus trip. So she definitely wanted to know everything about me and where I live and where I'm from, and she's single. Well, she's a widow, so she is 60 years old. So if any of you guys out there that are, she said she likes 60 to 70. You know, I think no more than 75. So if you're in that range, you're looking for, and she's beautiful. I mean, I would never guess she was 60. Uh, but she works here for the government of Coronado, where I'm at, and works for the city uh, administration. So very sweet lady, very sweet lady. Speaks really good English. So you won't have nothing to worry about there because we talked English, and she was teaching me some Tagalog, which of course I've done forgot because you know it's something that you're just gonna have to practice every day, and that's what I try to tell her. I said, well, when you live first half of your life, and all you ever spoke was English, and then you come out here and there's 176 different dialects, so you just kind of got to. But Tagalog, I reckon, is like the national Philippines. So they say if you can speak that, anybody can understand you. So be something to practice on if you plan on coming out here. Practice Tagalog. Which I've even thought about downloading the app when I'm back in America. I think I'm gonna download this app. I think it's called Lean or something like that. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna download it, and then I'm going to do some practicing. Because it pays to know a little. I mean, I do know some. How much is pila, uh, salamat, thank you. There's several words that you pick up on that's used here. How long? They'll say how long. Let's take care. How long, sir? Which I may not be putting enough emphasis in the how long, but you know they say sometimes I get to talking too fast, and I'm like, I'm from Tennessee, like I talk slow. You know, there's some guy from he's a foreigner, he's from America, but I think he had like a northeast accent. I didn't ask him where he's from. Like really, that that bus ride, time you get there and get all that filled out, and I had to go get 2x2 pictures. I had to go get 2x2 pictures made for my visa. Really, I got them for the next time because I ran out. I used my last one yesterday, so I went ahead and got some. I got photocopies of my receipt because last two times I've been, they ain't had stamps, so they tell you to keep your receipt. You know, so that's what I've been doing. I keep my receipt and then I take it back, and then you have to get an exit certification clearance or exit clearance certification. That's it. Uh, and where I'm going to be just gone temporarily, it is I think it's 500 pesos, but they told me to come back a week before I leave, which would be in a couple weeks. So I got to go back to Ginseng in a couple weeks because that's the closest immigration office around is General Santos to me. So I got to go back, take them my my booking information, my ticket information. I got to take them that, my flight information, pay them, another five, even though I just got an extension for 2 months. So I actually thought about going today for my Philippine driver's license. My friend, uh, said that she knows somebody that works up there, and that it's only like 4,500 pesos. But I think it's 4,500. You know, whether you know somebody or not. You know, so I don't know, but my neighbor come out and cranked her little car up. Freaking nice little Toyota. In the States, it would be a Corolla, same exact body style as a Corolla, but out here they've got a different name for it. So, uh, like they don't have Toyota Tacomas out here; they have Toyota Hiluxes, you know, and they don't look like a Tacoma neither. I mean, them do look different, but these little Toyota cars, I don't know what the Toyota name is for it, you know, but super nice, and they got it. Uh, he said I think he said he had a Hilux and he traded it in or something. Her husband did. Now he's off in Australia doing some work. So yeah, I just want to get on here and let y'all know about this visa extension stuff because man, it's constantly changing. I'd say if they get a new president in, I don't know, I think that this president probably got 4 more years or 3 more years or something, But they just do one term, but it's a good term. It's like 6 years, I think. One term, 6 years. You know, don't hold me to that, but it ain't 4 years. I'm pretty sure. So beautiful day. I mean, sun is out. It's hot already. You know, that's when you know you're in the Philippines. My Wi-Fi's been out, so I won't be able to download this until they send an attack out. And they work on everything on Facebook. So even my Wi-Fi people, like I have to, you got any problems, and when you pay your bill, you got to screenshot they have an app called Gcash, and so you screenshot the bill if you pay it, and then you send it to their Facebook account. It's crazy, but Facebook is very big in the Philippines. You hear that loud little. That is a straight pipe put on about a 110 uh, Skygo or something like that, some little Chinese motorcycle. And they are loud. I don't know why they would want, a Harley's different because when you're stopped at a red light and that thing's sitting there and that cam's a thumping, and it's, just, and then when you take off, I don't know, man, there's nothing that can beat a Harley, in my opinion. But out here, Yamaha's big, Honda's big, uh, CF Moto's making a pretty good charge. That's a Chinese. That's actually probably the best Chinese motorcycle that China makes. Uh, and I'd say they'll come along, and get even better. But I've been looking real hard at the NX 500. I had a 250 out here that I ended up giving to my surgeon for doing the surgery and doing all his work. I didn't know it at the time. Rookie mistake. If you're in a private hospital, the hospital actually pays the doctors. It don't matter if they do one surgery a day, if they do 8 surgeries a day. He's on their salary. But he told me he wouldn't charge me anything if I'd give him my motorcycle. And I thought, well, heck, man, he ain't gonna charge me nothing. That sounds like a good deal. But really, uh, don't do it. If I had to do over again, I would give it to the hospital and let them hold it because my bill was like 1 million pesos, roughly 20K, and I've got it all paid down, but like 200, so down to about three grand, somewhere a little over 3 grand. So uh, my GoFundMe account, I got a family member, one who is really, she's been a huge donor to it. So shout out to you, Victoria. Love you dearly. I don't even know if you ever watch my channel, but even if you don't, you know, still love you. Your husband Jack, he's an awesome guy. retired lieutenant colonel uh, from the Air Force. So yeah, there's another one. Just bumblebees. I don't know if they watched Too Fast and Too Furious and decided, well, we can make these motorcycles sound like. To me, it sounds like crap. Uh, but I guess different taste. So if he wants to hear that thing, blowing around all day long, that's his. He bought it, so I guess he can put whatever pipes he wants on it. Now I know up in Manila they started cracking down, and I think even Cebu they started cracking down on them mufflers. So they've got it's got to put a certain sound, factory basically, or not much over factory. It's got to be muffled. It can't be this them loud pipes. But down here, not so much. It's wild, wild west, man. Ain't many red lights out here, so you literally got to pull out. 3 or 4 or 5 lanes of traffic. You just pull out in front of them, man. They'll stop. You know, they will stop. You're gonna end up in the hospital. So say a quick prayer, and do it. That's what you got to do. But I mean, they're good. I mean, everybody's watching everybody for the most part. Now I have seen some bad wrecks. When I was in the hospital, I seen about 4 people come in to the hospital, and a couple of them died. Man, like it's real out here, especially at nighttime. Man, you got to really be on your A game driving, whether you're in a car or a motorcycle. But at least if you're in a car, you got some protection around you. But me, I feel safer on a motorcycle for some reason because the when I rented that car that time and went to General Santos, my gosh, man, people pulling out in front of me and daggum swerving over in my lane, just like I don't know if they're texting and driving or what, but I was like, my gosh, like, you know. So yeah, it's just something you gotta adapt to. You know what I mean? They ain't like us been driving something since we was knee high to a grasshopper. So I mean, I was on a tractor back. I couldn't touch the pedals. I was just driving the tractor, standing up, driving the tractor. You know, that's where they get you started, and then driving around. Once you get a little bit about 10 or 12 where you can touch the pedals, you're starting the hay field, you know, hauling hay back to the barn, and then stacking it, going back out there and getting another load. So you're working and what you don't realize is you're driving too. You're getting your footwork, your skills, brakes, gas. Which if you're hauling hay, you don't give it much gas. You pretty much just put it in low range, pop the clutch, and let that truck pull you around the field. You know. So yeah, they got to come get our garbage, man. That stuff is piled freaking high over there. They charge 100 pesos every 2 months to come and I guess they charge everybody here because they come and got mine, 2 months ago. I guess it was, but I ain't really seen them this month. So sun's went behind a big old nice beautiful cloud. Man, it's gorgeous out here today. Hot, golly, it's hot already. Yesterday was my birthday, so you know did all this visa renewal stuff on my birthday. I could have waited till today, but man, I don't like waiting on Fridays down there. It just seems like it's crazy. You know, yesterday I actually got a, you know, I'll be honest with you, just because the color of my skin, when you're down there, you're gonna pay at least probably 100 pesos to get a ride from the bus station to the Robinson Mall, which is where you would. That's where the immigration office is. So you're gonna pay 100 pesos. We're here, you can get anywhere in the city for 30. Anywhere around here, they'll give you a ride for 30 pesos. But they're a lot smaller. They're not like the taxis. They call them taxis down there in Coronado, even though it's a boxed in. It's got a windshield and everything, but they can put people in the back and put at least one canoe in the front. So ain't gonna get two unless she's sitting on my lap. But yeah, it's And then the last time I went in June, I think I paid 150. But you just can't. You gotta bargain with them. But really, if you get one, 100, they won't even. You just say give you 100 pesos, man. They going, which is like $2, whatever. Not quite $2, but $1.50. Whatever. So you give them that. Get on. I ain't got the time to be sitting there haggling. They say, "What you pay?" I say 100. Take it or leave it. They're like, "Get in." All right, sounds good to me. So, got guys out here. Sometimes this one dude, he was like, he's trying to, which I done asked like 20 drivers out there that day. And I was like, man, he said, "What you pay?" And usually when they say, "What you pay?" you just walk away from them. But he said, "What you pay?" And I told him, I said, "I'll give you 30, man." He said, "You give me 40?" I was like, "Oh, hell, what's 10 more pesos? Yeah, I'll give you 40. Let's go." So. But I guess I've been talking on here long enough, man. It's mainly about the visa extension, so I get rambling on about whatever. But hope everybody has a blessed day out there, and now you kind of know what your extension is going to be, and hopefully, whenever I get back, I'll try to film that for you, so that way you'll be able to see it. But I'm going to be doing a lot of travel vlogs whenever I get back from Tennessee, and I'm going to be doing some while I'm in Tennessee. Uh, when we're going kayaking, we done, maybe do a little deer hunting. May throw that on my channel. I got a little honey hole. I'm gonna try to go kill a deer. Oh, it feels so good. Just you know, after being out here, I ain't done no fishing. I haven't done anything outdoors like that. Of course, I was in the hospital for 2 months, and then it took another 4 months for my leg to finally close up. And it still ain't 100% closed up, but it's closed up enough that I can travel. I'm gonna wrap it up, and then I'm gonna hit the flight back home. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and you know, go do something. Go do something positive. Make somebody smile. All right. Take care. I'll see you next time.